This has been a going on debate for quite a long time now. What is the best possible loadout you guys could actually be able to get in War Tycoon for maximum efficiency of destroying vehicles, destroying players, destroying stuff in the sky, and all this stuff. And there is a few secret strategies to actually creating a perfect loadout, which a lot of people have actually been overlooking for actually quite a long time. In today's video, guys, I'll be showing you, of course, how to create your perfect loadout, but I'll also be showing you guys my personal opinion on the best loadout you can have in War Tycoon in terms of versatility. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. Alright, so here we are right into the game, and today's video is actually going to be incredibly complicated because what I'm going to be going through today is not going to be some kind of beginner stuff, but it's going to be full-on meta content where I'll be showing you guys exactly what you need to be able to compete with the best out of the best players that there could possibly be. And by the way, my name is a little different in this game. It's solely because I don't want people to be able to actually find me in game or spot me in game. So here you are. This is how our loadout is actually going to be looking like, and for the sake of today's video I will be spending 250 medals to just unlock this extra slot. Okay, so starting up with the first thing is going to be the helmet. What I suggest you guys to of course be picking is going to be the night vision goggles, which is the first of all which you guys have to get. Now the next thing is you guys have a choice to either buy up the game passes, which is either the World War vest, or you could get yourself the 2x vest. But if you are free to play, the best suggestion I have for you all is going to be the Vietnam vest. The best uniform in my opinion, people actually do like to overlook this, but I think the best one is going to be the Vietnam, simply because you guys would be able to kind of not be seen in the background. However, another one which I also suggest is going to be the soldier, because the camouflage is also pretty great. Anyway, jumping into the spot number one right here. So what I actually like to pick in terms of meta is going to be our main sniper rifle, or our main weapon, which would allow you guys to be able to one-shot headshot your opponent. So what I normally suggest you guys, or if you are paid to win, or if you just got lucky in the spin, I suggest you guys to pick the op. However, for the sake of today's video, the best free-to-play sniper in my opinion would be something like the Kar98K, and if you are looking for something like the long range, I suggest you guys something like the Remington MSR. However, for the sake of today's video, since this is meta content, I will be picking the car. The second spot is also very much overlooked, and people actually do not like to be using assault rifles. So for the sake of the second spot, you guys need something that you can easily keybind to, and of course, since it is meta, we are going to be choosing the riot shield. And the riot shield is actually highly very important in this current meta. Yes, everybody hates it when you use the riot shield. However, the best way in War Tycoon to fight fire is unfortunately going to be with fire. You guys will need a riot shield, or else you'll be missing out in most of your fights, simply because other people will be toxic enough to use it. Anyway, riot shield is here. The next weapon is I suggest you guys is some kind of explosive to be able to deal with I guess people who do have the riot shield, which my best pick for this is either going to be the impact grenade, or I suggest you guys, if you do spend the Robux, to get the explosive sniper. I will be picking the explosive sniper for the sake of today's video, since it is going to be the best loadout video I can possibly get for you guys. So this is the explosive sniper we can see right here. Now the spot 4 and 5, I normally suggest you guys to choose 2 assault rifles, and the reason why I suggest you guys to choose 2 of them is simply because if one of your assault rifles run out of ammo, you guys will definitely need to have some kind of backup. So definitely I would suggest you guys to have 2 assault rifles in sport number 4 and the number 5. However, in the number 4, I suggest you guys something like the foul heavy rifle, which is probably the best assault rifle in the game, maybe except for the HK, maybe the MCX Spear. Foul Heavy is probably the best one. However, if you guys are free to play, something I would actually suggest you guys to be getting is going to be the, I believe it's going to be the G3 rifle, which if we look into the statistics of the G3 rifle, it is the second most damageable assault rifle in the whole entire game, because as you guys can see, it does almost 30 damage, which is absolutely insane damage. Of course, comparable to the Foul Heavy, as you guys can see right here. Yes, the damage is kind of comparable. So if you guys are free to play, I suggest you guys to bring in the G3. No matter the recoil, you guys will need something that does very high damage if you are fighting meta opponents. However, again, I will also be picking the Foul Heavy, since this is going to be a video based on, of course, the most meta loadout. And of course, I'll have to be changing my armor, because that's the armor I use. Anyway, so here we have our second assault rifle. One of my recommendations is going to be something like the HK 460 M16, which is also high damage, and it has low recoil, or the MCX Spear as well. Which is one of my suggestions, but I definitely will pick the HK over the MCX Spear, because the MCX Spear only does 1 more damage than the HK, however it does have way worse recoil. And another suggestion which I have for you guys is, if you do have the FAL Heavy in the slot 4, I definitely suggest you guys to pick something like the G3 rifle, because it is another high damage assault rifle. Okay, so continuing the second part of the loadout, what I do suggest you guys in the spot number 6 is going to be a shotgun. I personally suggest you guys to be using the brand new shotgun, which was just implemented into the War Tycoon, which is the exact shotgun which is right here downstairs. Let me just get it for you guys. It is going to be the Sega 12K, which is my personal suggestion because of how fast it's going to be able to melt your enemy, and if you guys do miss a shot, it's not that big of a problem because you can hit these shots very quickly. However, if you do not have the Saiga, I suggest you guys to be using Spaz 12. Actually, I believe the Spaz 12 will be better than something like the KSG 12, just simply because the KSG, it has a very big bullet spread and it does a little bit less damage. And of course, the only good thing people use it for is the fact that it actually shoots very quickly. Okay, so now we have 3 more spots left out inside of this loadout. And you guys might be wondering, what are these spots actually saved for, since our loadout looks almost complete? Well, I believe the airstrike radio is definitely a no-brainer because it's going to be one of the most important items to, of course, take care of not moving vehicles, but it's also good for taking care of infantry very easily. Another thing which I believe is a no-brainer is going to be the javelin, simply because I believe it to be better than the RPG, because you can lock in from further, but also I prefer the javelin simply over the Stinger, which you guys, many of you guys actually love to pick the Stinger. However, ground combat I believe is a little more important than air combat, because the planes are less likely to be seeing you on the ground than the ground vehicles are. And now the one last empty slot, which I believe that you guys should be using it for, is going to be some kind of grenade. I personally like to be using the stick grenades because you could get it through an owner-only door, and it's also good for getting rid of stuff like the riot shield opponents, because you could just throw it on them and then they're gone. Also, the sticky grenades also good to be attaching to the riot shield opponents. However, I suggest you guys to have this kind of loadout, and this is how our loadout. Okay, so now actually equipping the loadout and showing it to you guys, this is how it's going to be exactly looking like. Car in your first slot, riot shield the second, explosive sniper, FAL Heavy, G3 rifle, Spaz, the airstrike, javelin, sticky grenades, and stick grenades, and yeah, that's it. However, this isn't the end of today's video, because I think there's a little bit of details which people have been overlooking, is the fact you guys really do not have to just have one loadout. I like to personally equip 2 loadouts, and I'll be showing you what you should be equipping in your second loadout. So I believe you guys should be picking all types of grenades inside of your loadout, which I'm gonna be getting right here. I'm also gonna be getting the landmines, because on landmines I'll be explaining you guys later, probably in another video, why it's meta and why it's very important. And then you guys could probably need to be bringing items like the RPG, the Stinger, the drone EMP, you know, because these items are really versatile items. However, they are not as versatile as the first loadout items, and I believe if you guys need to kind of use one of these items, you could just quickly take it out of your loadout, and then you could start damaging your opponent with these. And by the way, another suggestion I have for you guys is to likely take out the stick grenade from place 0 and just place one of these other items inside of there. Anyway, there's 2 more items which I normally suggest you guys to get. So what I would probably be getting is maybe a flashbang. However, I'm not the biggest fan of the flashbang. I personally prefer these grenades as I find them a lot more skilled. The flashbang, I suggest you guys to maybe bring something like the Chris Vector, because it can of course kill your opponents very quickly, or maybe even the Garand. It kind of works exactly the same as the Chris Vector in terms of being able to take out your opponents very quickly. And now lastly, the most important slot of all of them all, you guys will have to be bringing the medkit in your second loadout. The reason why I do not bring it in my first loadout, which is the loadout which I'm using right now, is simply because of one important fact. You guys really do not need to have your loadout, of course, you guys really do not need to have your medkits inside of your most important slots, which I use for player combat. Really, you guys could easily just equip the second loadout, which is right here, and then you guys could quickly go and grab a medkit and put it in your spot 0 once you guys want to actually be able to heal, because having it in your main hotbars is really not the smartest strategy if you guys want to be very efficient with every weapon you have. Anyway, this video, it was, in my opinion, very truthful in terms of how OP this meta currently is. If you guys want to be able to compete with very, of course, skilled opponents, you guys would definitely need to bring some kind of loadout like this, because everybody who's skilled these days just likes to use this kind of loadout simply because of how versatile it is. Anyway guys, that is all I have for you in today's video. If I have missed out anything in this loadout video, let me know in the comment section down below. I might make an updated video on this if the meta seems to change, but yeah, let me know in the comment section again, and yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Have a great rest of your amazing day, and tell me what other top video you'd like to see next.